That one is such a delicate operation, but at the same time, it's not like when you play in Satch Boogie or something where you realize there's a million things you can do, a million alternatives, they're all going to work. It's all a crazy boogie, you know. But something like that, I mean, you know, once you get into it, to maintain the mood, it seems like the left hand has to pay so much attention to intonation because, you know, there's no real, on a guitar is a crazy instrument. It's always going to be sharp or flat or something's going on with it, right? It's basically an instrument that has got what they call just intonation. It's not tempered. And when you're playing with other instruments, especially pianos or horns that are just tempered, you've got some problems here and there with certain notes and certain areas of the instrument. But what I did notice when I was working on this particular song was that there's a secondary effect to bending notes and using being sharp or being a little bit flat on a third or a fifth or something like that, where you can elicit just a little bit more emotion and, you know, a couple of extra grains of soul by applying that particular technical trade. And so when I'm playing that song, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm always trying to look for some new way of being more and more expressive. The only real technical part of it is that weird little two-handed part, which is a really odd thing to do, to work on those. It's sort of like 8/6. It sounds kind of odd, but if you just listen to the hi-hat, it makes a lot of sense. But other than that, the thing is really just kind of flowing And of course it uses this other aspect of pitch access, which I'm not going to really describe as a modal shift, but instead of when you usually go to a bridge, you know, let's say if you're in the key of B major, you're going to move to the relative minor or something like this. This thing stays in B, it just goes from being in B major to B minor, and it does it just like that. And again, it was me thinking, why do transitional chords? What is the point of doing a 2-5 just to get to a new key? Why not just go there and do it? So, hey, that's a new key right there. I almost got there. Was it like a... But anyway, it's a device. Believe it or not, I learned these composing devices from my high school music theory teacher, and to me it was a godsend to find out that this is what composers were doing. They were simply learning devices that had been used before them, composers that came before them, and they were just throwing them out the window.